It looks like this goes all the way to the top. I can't trust anyone, least of all the police, and time's running out. I've got to get the one piece of evidence that will expose Starkweather without a shadow of a doubt. Footage and testimony of a man who was executed by the state 5 hours ago.
The journalist is a protagonist in Rockstar Games' Manhunt. She's a young reporter who has been researching Starkweather's activity for some time, and hinted that Starkweather is now onto her. It is unknown how, but the journalist discovered that Cash's execution was fake in order for him to be used in another one of Starkweather's snuff films. After watching Cash's execution, she began searching for clues of his location, intending to have him as a witness to accuse Starkweather.
I'm a reporter! I was at your execution!
Keep talking!
I've been following Starkweather's operation for months.
Who's Starkweather?
The guy that's been talking you through this whole circus of death?
Mysteriously, the journalist did discover Cash's location after he was captured by Ramirez and the War Dogs. Then she courageously headed there in a red ballistic compact and rescued him. Later, the duo headed to the journalist's apartment to pick up the evidence. Before they reach the building itself, the street is surrounded by corrupt officers from Carcer City Police Department, determined to kill her and Cash.
Pull over here!
But it's another block or two to my apartment!
Just shut up and stick with me if you want to stay alive.
If you hear me scream, you better come back for me, okay?
Cash kills all the patrolling officers before leading the journalist back to her apartment, and finally, the locked room, where she hid all the evidence.
Everything I need is in that box under the table.
Good. Take it and get out of town.
But you're not coming with me?
I'm going to deal with Starkweather personally. Thank him for my second chance. You're my backup if I don't make it. Have a nice life.
At the same time Cash is making his way to Starkweather's mansion, the journalist manages to accuse Starkweather with her evidence. However, Starkweather negates the accusations.
But Mr. Starkweather refuses to comment on these allegations. At this point, it is unclear as to whether or not he will ever be allowed to direct again. This is...
After Starkweather was killed, the evidence found on his estate exposed the corruption of Carcer City Police. She is last seen on a TV broadcast, doing a news bulletin about Starkweather being found dead, alongside security personnel, thus discovering the snuff film ring.
Acclaimed movie maker Lionel Starkweather has been found dead today, along with several of his bodyguards, at his estate at the Wapona Hills residential district. In what investigators are calling a bloody vendetta, an unknown assailant infiltrated the compound, killing Starkweather, but more interestingly, leading police to the site of a snuff film ring being run from the estate's confines. Linked to this ring is Carcer City's own police chief, Gary Schaefer, whose lawyer stated that he intends to plead not guilty.
A bonus sound file of an audio transcript from the Manhunt website revealed that the aftermath has put her in a state of mental paranoia, unable to cope with witnessing so much violence, and the whole concept of people willingly participating in such a depraved sport for the amusement of others. She mentions that she has post-traumatic stress disorder, or at least thinks she does. She's being interviewed in a mental hospital by a doctor, who says the journalist was found wandering the streets in tears with a knife in her hand. She blindly believed the doctor as part of a conspiracy to somewhat keep her quiet, and refused the doctor's suggestion to sedate her as part of the treatment. It's also mentioned that she's suffering from insomnia. During this interview, she actually reveals some information about herself. At the time of Manhunt, she had worked at a television station for 3 years, then a radio station for 2 years before that. She also mentions that both of her parents are dead. That has been everything we know about the journalist in Rockstar Games' Manhunt. If you want more Manhunt lore, remember to like and subscribe, and join the Discord server to have fun with the community. Thank you for watching.
How are you feeling?
Leave me alone, please.
This is part of your treatment.
My treatment? Really? Good.
Yes. The treatment, you know that.
It seems to be doing me a lot of good. You guys certainly know about right and wrong. Thanks.
You ever want to go back to work?
Yes, I really want to go back to work. Find out some more lies. Are you kidding me, you moron? Go back to work? You've spoken to me. You know what happened.
You had a breakdown.
Yes, of course I had a breakdown. I got very scared. You know what I saw. How the hell would that make you feel? You patronizing idiot. You think you can get out of bed after you've seen that?
We all saw it on the television. You broke the story. Why does it make you so angry?
Yeah, you saw it on television. I saw it. There's a difference. I saw him, you idiot. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't hurt anyone. I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
Are you feeling any calmer?
I feel just great, thanks.
You're full of hostility. Have you been sleeping?
No, not really. I don't trust what's going to happen. Who's paying you to do this? Why are you doing this?
It's my job. Answer the questions, please. It's part of your treatment. How long were you working for the TV station?
3 years. And 2 years at a local station in the South before that. Look, there is nothing wrong with me. Nothing at all. I am fine. Completely normal. I just can't forget about what I saw. About the prison. You know, we've been over this several times before. About the fact that the government is a lie. How does that happen, Mr. State-run flight deck doctor? How does that work? Tell me that, and I'll tell you what's wrong with me. You bastard, you liar, you pathetic yes man. Answer me that!
Do you think you need sedating?
No, I don't need sedating. Don't threaten me with that crap. You know that's crap. That's your weapon, isn't it? Threaten the patient till they tell you what you want to hear. If you call yourself a doctor, you're a witch doctor for a bunch of liars. How do you sleep at night?
We're not talking about me. Tell me about your parents.
My parents? Screw my parents. My parents are dead, and that's very sad, but I ain't here because of that. You know that. I'm here because it's a lie. The police, the state, the mayor, all of that crap. It's a lie, and you know it, and you still do this. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Why not?
Let me see. Oh yeah, because you're using it to keep me in here? Because we've been over it 1,000 times? Because you know what I think about it? I can't go back to work. I don't sleep anymore. I'm locked up in a madhouse. My career is screwed. I will have nightmares for the rest of my life. I used to think I was a hard reporter, some real tough bitch or something, and now I'm scared of the dark. And I didn't do anything wrong. Not a thing. What did I do wrong to suffer this much?
Life isn't like that, I'm afraid. Do you not think you're improving?
Can I go home if I say yes?
Unfortunately, that's not my decision. I can only make recommendations. Dependent upon your response to these sessions. You understand I merely make objective recommendations based on whether I think you're a risk to yourself or to others. To society.
Society? What the hell is society? What is it? Play by the rules? Let me tell you the rules. The rules are these. I've seen people kill people. Men hack each other to death so some rich asshole can film it. Is that society? Is it? Is that who you're protecting from me? Look at me. Look up from that clipboard, you bastard, you dwarf, you awful little creep. Is that society? Are the police society? Is prison part of this wonderful society? What about the mental health system? People released without anyone signing the forms, but somehow I ain't one of them, because no one wants me for some film. At least they didn't. Or worse, other people, the system your society had looked after and was protecting us from, well, it didn't protect me.
Do you feel you're making any progress?
No, I don't need to make any progress. I'm not ill like that. I just saw a dead man. Yeah, very funny, I know. I saw a dead man and I'm not ill, but you know it's true.
You were found walking the streets a couple weeks after you filed that report, in tears, with a knife. That sounds pretty ill to me.
Yes, I posted the story and then I couldn't sleep. I thought I could deal with things. You know this crap. Does it surprise you? Even I could diagnose what's wrong with me. Post-traumatic stress, or whatever the hell you call it. And let's be straight about it. I did experience trauma. Not trauma like my cat died or I'm a fat girl or any of that shit. I saw a man get killed by the state. A guy get killed by the state with a priest and prison guys and in the chair. I was behind the glass. I saw him die. Then I spoke to him. To Cash.
Did you? But no one else saw Cash or spoke to him.
So I'm a liar now. I'm a liar? What about the police? What about the prison system? What about it? What about Starkweather? You know that's true. I had a known killer in my car. A guy I saw killed, and I was speaking to him, threatened by him, and he was dead. Your friends, the government, they killed him. How are you supposed to move on or deal with or express your feelings or any of that crap about that? Huh? How? Tell me, and I'll do it. Or let me the hell out of here, you little moron. You've been no help. You make it all a lot worse. You know, he was dead. He was executed. I saw it, and he was in my car alive. I am not a freaking wacko, you prick. You know I'm not. So, why are you